City Wrestling.
Whoa, yeah! Happy holidays and welcome to another edition of Grind City Wrestling. I am Dustin Starr, and as you can see, I am ready for Christmas, and I know my co-host and tag team partner is as well. But first, be sure to follow us at Grind City Media. Take that subscribe button to Slap City wherever you're watching or listening, especially right here on YouTube. That's grindcitymedia.com/podcast. Last week, WWE was a huge topic of conversation, especially the promo between Seth Rollins and CM Punk. And this week, it's Christmas week. And I can't wait because there's a whole lot to catch up on. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is bell time. Devin Walker is out this week because he's apparently busier than everybody else on this podcast. So let me introduce my co-host, my tag team partner, the A-lister. He is a local business owner as well, and he might just kick your ass while he's at it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's E-Rock Eric McMahon. What's up, brother?
What up, man? I'm always glad when you tell other people that, so I don't have to. It makes me seem a little more humble, but yes, I will whoop some ass if need be.
Wait a minute.
Give me an hell yeah.
You humble? Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, Dustin, I am humble. Come on, man. I don't book myself on top, throw shade while doing it. I don't do that.
Neither do I. Anyways, be sure to follow Eric on Twitter at @E_Life. First of all,
68 followers deep.
Oh my gosh, what is new? Anything new?
Dude, everything's new. Well, dude, we gotta just tell everybody, man, John Morant's back, and how much excitement is it around here right now, man? So it's just, dude, it's fun, which means it's busy, which game tonight, and his home return after 24-point comeback, John Morant hitting a buzzer beater. Golly.
Awesome. So a lot of times we talk about great returns in professional wrestling. Cody returning to WWE this year, CM Punk returning to WWE this year, and AEW as a matter of fact. Randy Orton made his huge return. One of my favorites was watching Triple H coming back from his quad surgery, wearing the leather jacket with the blue jean vest. So jacked, it was unreal. But yeah, that's a perfect segue into one of the greatest, the greatest return to the court. After 25-game suspension, being gone for 6 months, John Morant comes back and scores more points than anybody that's ever done it. 34. And now he's back at FedEx Forum. I know this podcast drops on Friday.
34, 8, and 6, and a buzzer beater. And let's take it one step further, man. Just the buzz. Regardless of all that, you just know the energy's higher that he's in the building. Like, I don't want to fanboy too much, but has there ever been this much excitement about a Thursday night in December?
Oh my gosh, especially not just the return, but after the way he returned on the road. Like, I didn't even expect him to get that many minutes because maybe they were saving it for FedEx Forum for home court or whatever, but no way, dude. The excitement is off the chain. So we'll try not to talk a whole lot of basketball, but it is definitely just...
But it's everything's wrestling.
Unbelievable. Yeah, the first thing I thought about was returns in wrestling and how John Morant, and afterwards saying that he keeps receipts, so he's cutting promos. Hey, stay on your side.
So, at the same time of a total babyface return, he still goes heel.
Yes, definitely.
Hey,
all right, so anyway, there's
I'm glad you brought up returns, though, because I do have some news on the CM Punk return.
Ooh, all right. You want to give it now, or?
Yeah. I mean, we're on return, so let's just get into it, right? So, everybody knows, or you should know, because I have the hottest podcast on Grind City Media outside of this wrestling podcast, and it's called Cage Side with John Morgan. John Morgan is a really well-esteemed MMA journalist who does cage side commentary, and him and CM Punk are great friends. That's how I got to know CM Punk, and so they do cage side commentary for Cage Fury Fighting Championships like every other Friday. And it's on UFC Fight Pass, and CM Punk's on the call. And so I was talking to Morgan just the other day, and I said, how long's Punk going to do this? Because he has the inside scoop, right? I said, how long Punk's going to do this? Is this just a run through Mania, or is this something? He's like, no, he says he's really going to make a go at it, and he's going to stay as long as his body lets him. And truth be told, he says he has never been happier.
got your dream job back, man.
And so he says that the way everybody accepted him back, open arms, how they're just how things are different, I guess, and he's just hasn't ever been happier. And this is off the record conversation, right? So I'm surmising it, and it's nothing that I'm not letting any cat out of the bag, but from his good friend to my ears, CM Punk is very happy to be back in the WWE, and he plans on making a real go at it.
I think he had 6 figures in merchandise sales his first week back. So I mean, I guess that'll make you happy. That's a very, very good start, along with a big old contract, multi-years or whatever. But we got a lot to talk about today. So coming up on today's program, and this is kind of talking about returns, if you will. But this week marked the end of a no-compete clause for several WWE superstars who were released earlier this year. And one of them is coming to Memphis, and I'm going to tell you all about it here in just a little bit. And we're going to hear from who's coming on January 7th, fresh off of his no-compete with WWE. So we'll get into that in just a minute. But first, best wrestling you watched all week. And then I want to get into our Christmas lists. Our wrestling Christmas list.
I love lists. Lists are my favorite, man. I don't know. My best wrestling of the week. I mean, I don't know. Truth be told, it wasn't a real memorable week. I think anytime you get who is it? The Street Profits in like a long match. I just think they are so good. And I don't know if it was like my best wrestling or say, but I just like love watching them. And Montez and just how smooth he is. And even though they lost against Judgment Day or whatnot, I just think putting them in the ring elevates the show. And I'm a huge fan of just watching them. Win or lose, high spots or no high spots, the fluidity, the smoothness of them. I think they're captivating television.
R-Truth and the Judgment Day. You mentioned Judgment Day, but R-Truth has slid into this Judgment Day thing very much like Sami Zayn did with the Bloodline. And it wasn't my best wrestling that I watched all week, but it could. R-Truth picking up the victory over JD. Loser leaves Judgment Day, and then afterwards they're all laughing at JD. It's just hilarious, and I love how they're incorporating R-Truth. I don't care if it is very similar to what they did with Sami Zayn. Man, it is working. Well, but Street Profits, absolutely awesome. Have a great look with Bobby Lashley. I'm just waiting to see exactly what they're going to do with these guys, because they were a big part of the TKO and the Endeavor announcement and all that kind of stuff. Seeing Montez with Bianca Belair out front and all that kind of stuff. So I do think they have some big plans for them.
You know what? It kind of baffles me for a little bit, and I don't want to get off topic here, but if we rewind this about a year and a half ago, me and you both specifically said we looked at Montez being a breakout single star, and it just hasn't happened yet. Why do you think that is? Do you think it's their roster just so loaded right now?
It is, but they also need the tag teams, and they really do like his partner as well. They do. Mm-hmm. They like them both. And if you get rid of, I don't want to say get rid of, but if you split them up and one is really successful, the other just usually falls by the wayside. And that's what happened to Otis. Remember Otis, his tag team partner, and his name escapes me right now, but he did not last very long after the split.
You see Montez making a run. Don't you just see that he's got the look, he's got the charisma. And I said this a year and a half ago. He reminds me of Shawn Michaels to a degree.
He does, yeah. Very much so. Okay, so the best wrestling that you watched all week was the Street Profits.
Entertaining. Like, I love watching them, so yes.
Best wrestling that I watched all week, I'm going to be a homer. Because like you said, there was a lot of good stuff that happened, AEW, WWE, but I'm going to be a homer this week because I thought it was really, really fun to see Eric Young back on Memphis Wrestling Television. And if you look at his story, he was wrestling in Nashville. He was doing a little bit of Memphis wrestling back in the day with Corey Macklin. And then he got a contract and he was on TNA Wrestling, and he was the fun, lovable comedy wrestler. And then all of a sudden he started morphing to where he was winning as a comedy wrestler, and people loved it. And then after his long stay there, won the world title, switched over to NXT, did fantastic in NXT. He was let go. Then he came back because they had some plans for him, apparently with the Bray Wyatt situation and the wasn't the Fiend, but the Uncle Howdy and all that kind of stuff. I think that he was supposed to be a part of that. And then he said he couldn't work for a guy like Vince McMahon, asked for his release, got it. And he was killed off on Impact Wrestling. They literally killed him with a shank. They stabbed him to death on Impact Wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's like some Lucha Underground stuff. But now he's back in Impact Wrestling or TNA Wrestling, whatever you want to call it.
And
but along the way,
fake. Give me a break.
Right. Now he's back. Not only is he back, but he was wrestling. He went face to face with Hollywood Jimmy Blaylock and the Hollywood Clique. Really fun promo where he said, "I don't like you. I have never liked you." Got in the ring as a babyface. The fans were behind him. It says a lot about Eric Young not to be in Memphis wrestling in probably 20 years or so, and then for the fans to react the way that they did. Just thought it was super cool, incorporating All the Way Ray, one of our rookies, in there, helping him sign the petition to get Jimmy Blaylock out. So if you missed it, go to youtube.com/@Memphis Wrestling. The week before we had Josh Alexander, and last week we had Eric Young, and this week on Memphis Wrestling, it's our Christmas special. It's a Boogie Woogie Christmas with the Boogie Woogie Man, handsome Jimmy Valiant. It's good. Boogie Claws, right?
Boogie Claws. That's it. Boogie Claws.
But that was my best wrestling of the week, is watching.
I hit me with some lists, man.
Eric Young. Okay, before we do that, I told you just a minute ago that we were going to hear from somebody who was released from WWE. This will be real quick. Released from WWE, and we have been waiting. Gosh, it's been over a month that I've been waiting for that no complete clause to run out so we can hear from this guy right here. Check it out, E.
Yeah, I'm headed to the top. Going up. Coming for the dollars. Everything we got. Everything. I want a lot of. I want it all. And I ain't gonna stop.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is A.J. Francis, but they call me Dollar because I be doing numbers. That's millions of views and millions of dollars. And those numbers have led me directly to the 901. That's right. I'm going to be live and in color in the Wrestle Center. I'm a huge fan of Memphis hip-hop, the Key Glocks of the world, the Black Youngsters of the world, the Yo Gottis of the world. But I'm going to quote the immortal Young Dolph when I say, "Get paid, young brother, get paid." And that's exactly what Memphis Wrestling did for me. See, they decided they was going to pay AJ Francis top dollar. See you the 7th.
Welcome back to Grind City Wrestling. This is me. This is me throwing out the making it rain because, ladies and gentlemen, Top Dollar is coming to Memphis
I thought you were
Wrestling.
doing that because of the return of John Morant. My bad.
Well, we could do that too. I don't know if you could say that.
Edit that out. Nah,
Say what you want. Top Dollar is a huge star. He is a great rapper. He's had millions and millions of views on his rap videos. He's talented. He's a big guy. He made it to WWE for a reason. But what's the one thing that everybody's going to say about Top Dollar coming to Memphis Wrestling? The dive. Remember the dive over the top rope?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So what I want to do is I want to have him on this podcast before January 7th. And I want to ask him about that because there is a story about that. And it does involve health and everything else that nobody knows. So anyways, Top Dollar. He's going by Dollar. AJ Francis, formerly known as Top Dollar, so we don't get sued here, is coming to Memphis Wrestling.
I just was looking him up. I didn't know that he was an NFL player. Did you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I didn't know. I mean, he played with a lot of teams. The Giants, the Redskins, the Buccaneers, the Seahawks, the Dolphins, 2 stints, the Patriots. He played
also. If you go to his Twitter X account, you will see that he was just as excited as us about Ja Morant returning for the Grizzlies.
I did see that.
Big time Grizzlies fan, also big time music lover of Memphis. He quoted Young Dolph. So anyways, really, really cool stuff. Get your tickets right now, memphiswrestling.tv. Top Dollar is coming, and I'll give you another little surprise here. He's not coming alone. There will be another announcement within the week of who else is coming, and I'll try to get them right here on this podcast as well.
Dude, look at Dustin making moves. Dustin Starr is making moves.
Now, all right, so we could give our Christmas list, or we can go through a couple of news and notes and a couple of questions. Which one would you rather do?
Christmas list. Lists are fun,
Christmas
man.
list. In professional wrestling for 2024, what is your Christmas wish list? What do you want for Christmas when it comes to professional wrestling? I'll tell you right now that I've already got one of mine, and it sounds silly, but I wanted Top Dollar. I wanted somebody from that WWE list that was waiting on the no compete. That's what I wanted. And so I was able to get it with Top Dollar. And we did have discussions with a couple of other ones, but boy, oh boy, I need a bigger building for that.
I want to see. Here's my wish list. I'll say I want to see what we've been wanting for 2 years. I want to see The Rock come back and get that head of the table spot with Roman at Mania. It ain't going to happen, but gosh, we had been speculating, and people have been speculating about that for 2 years, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know why, or if The Rock's too big. And I've heard podcasts where they say he'd come back if it was a big enough thing. I don't think anything could be bigger than that.
Yeah, I mean, WrestleMania 40 in Philly.
You put
huge.
You put that marketing machine of the WWE behind him. I mean, what, 40 million views that night on.
That was another return for WWE in 2023, was The Rock returning to SmackDown, and the way that they talked, they acted as if he would be back over and over again, that he is back home is what they acted as if, but we haven't seen him since. So maybe they are going to do something with The Rock. So that would be a great
list on your Christmas list. Would that be on your Christmas list?
I have my list. That definitely would be on my Christmas list. Another thing would be I want to book Danhausen in Memphis Wrestling.
Okay.
That's on my Christmas list. Also, another one on my Christmas list is Orange Cassidy. I would love to have Orange Cassidy in Memphis Wrestling. If he came to Memphis Wrestling, I would have a blue jean jacket with a tie.
If he came to Memphis Wrestling, then I don't know. I would move heaven and earth to help you get him here. That'd be fun.
Man, last time I talked to Orange Cassidy, it seemed like he needed a bigger venue. So we could definitely find a bigger venue for Orange Cassidy here in Memphis.
Hey,
those are a couple of.
I know people.
I know people that know something about it.
Yeah, there we go. You know, because
anyways, Danhausen and Orange Cassidy would be at the top of my list as well.
Hey, speaking of I know I get off tangents, and I know you got a script that you like to follow, and I go left. But speaking of AEW, have you heard from Marco Stunt?
No, I don't even know if Marco is wrestling any longer.
That's what I'm saying, because he's here from the area, but we haven't heard anything about him lately.
Last time I talked to him was his bachelor party. We happened to be in the same bar, and I sent probably a dozen shots over to his table and went over, and he acted as if he wanted to get back in the ring and come wrestle in Memphis. And then when I followed up, we just never really got linked up together. But yeah, the guy lives, I think, in Olive Branch. He would be perfect to come and do some wrestling. But actually, I'm gonna make a note to send him a text.
Yeah, that's on my Christmas list.
There you go, for Marco Stunt to be back
in Memphis Wrestling.
Okay, so there's been a lot of discussions. We have our wish list, but I got a question for you, and then we'll get out of here. All right. There's been a lot of discussion about MJF's contract. I was even asked about this on Sports 56 WHBQ this week. Will MJF make the jump to WWE? And if he does, will he become WWE champion? So that is my question to you. The rumor is that he's already re-signed with AEW. All right. I kind of believe that, because you wouldn't have the championship belt on a guy and be pushing him to the moon and back if he was going to leave on January 1st. No. Also, there's a pay-per-view on December 30th that he's defending the title. So if he loses the title on December 30th, it would make more sense that maybe he's going to make the jump. Along with that, Cody Rhodes has gone on record this week saying that he thinks MJF will be in WWE, but he didn't say when. So the two questions, I guess, and it's the land of the big guys really over at WWE, or at least it used to be. Will MJF re-sign with AEW? Has he re-signed with AEW, or will he make the jump? And if he does make the jump, will he be a WWE champion?
I believe that he's already signed, right? I mean, and why wouldn't he? He's a star.
It's business. You got to lock down those guys.
Right, he is a star. And let's go back a year and some change ago when he was doing this whole sit out for a new contract and he cut the new pipe bomb. If you're asking me, all that contract stuff was taken care of prior to that.
I think so too.
Because like at the end of the day, Dustin, a lot of people, a lot of marks out there are just like, oh, all this stuff is fake, but that might have been real and this might have been real. Guess what, guys? These guys, even though you may think you're smarter than them, they're business people and they're locking it down. And they're not going to invest in a product like that and somebody like that. And then basically let them go hellfire and brimstone on live mics and stuff unless it's locked down.
Right.
That's just
okay.
business 101. So I think he's staying, but I mean, Cody's right. I do think we'll see MJF eventually. Is it going to be in the next year? No. How long he signed a new contract for? I don't know, 3 years. Maybe give him another year and a half. Probably. He's getting too. At some point, these guys, have you ever heard too big to fail? Cody got too big to fail, right? And I think MJF is on a similar trajectory like that, albeit very heelish. But when the machine wants to swallow you up, they will.
Absolutely. When he does make that jump, because we all think he will eventually, will he be a WWE champion? Tough one, right?
Cody's still not a champion.
I know, right? But I think he will be.
Oh,
CM Punk just jumped ship from AEW to WWE, and they got him in the title mix.
CM Punk doesn't need the belt. Cody does, in my opinion.
Well, the way that they built the story, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
But MJF,
right.
I don't see him needing a title because he is so damn good on the mic, and he's just got that like shit-eating heel persona. You don't need it.
Right. Wrapping things up here on Grind City Wrestling here on Christmas week. Is this Christmas week? It's within the Christmas week, so I'm going to call it Christmas week.
Yeah, we're going to call it. Christmas is on Monday. Today's Thursday. We're within the, maybe not the calendar week, but we're within the week.
We're within Christmas week here. Coming up on Friday night on Action News 5+. It's a Boogie Woogie Christmas, our Christmas special featuring handsome Jimmy Valiant returning home to Memphis Wrestling. There's some really good stuff that he had to say about me as a promoter, about Memphis Wrestling, classic Memphis Wrestling, the Wrestle Center and all that. Go check it out, memphiswrestlingplus.com. This week, you can watch him on Memphis Wrestling. Of course, you can watch on Saturday, youtube.com/@MemphisWrestling. There are all sorts of events coming up here very soon in Memphis Wrestling. You don't believe me? Check this out.
Happy holidays from all of us here at Memphis Wrestling. Join us live starting next Saturday, December 30th, for our next free watch party at Dave & Buster's. Watch AEW World's End with us. It's free to watch. That's Dave & Buster's in Memphis. Then, our first live TV taping of 2024 is on Sunday, January 7th at the Wrestle Center, featuring former WWE superstar AJ Francis, formerly known as Top Dollar. Meet Dollar at our VIP experience and see him live. Reserve your seat today. Thursday, January 25th, Memphis Wrestling is coming to Lafayette's Music Room in Memphis for an event like you've never seen before, featuring former TNA World Champion Cowboy James Storm. Drink beer with the bearded outlaw himself at his special VIP post party. Reserve your seat today. Saturday, February 24th, Memphis Wrestling returns to Strayhorn, Mississippi for another huge fundraiser benefiting the Strayhorn Band. Get your tickets in advance and save $2. All tickets are on sale now. Get yours right now at memphiswrestling.tv.
Welcome back to Grind City Wrestling. Did you see that? January 25th, Memphis Wrestling is coming to Lafayette's Music Room in Memphis, featuring the beer-swilling, bearded outlaw Cowboy James Storm is going to be there.
Friend of the program. Friend of this program, too.
And we'll try to have him on before January 25th, but those tickets are on sale right now.
Looking in great shape, man.
Absolutely. And doing a lot of acting too. January 7th, Top Dollar. We've got some stuff coming up in February. All sorts of stuff. Also, watch AEW World's End with us. Absolutely free December 30th. E, what you got going on this weekend? Big Christmas weekend.
Dude, I'm a dad now. I am just so excited for Christmas. It means more. It means more as a dad than it did for you as a kid. When you're a dad, Christmas is better, man. Just my son came into bed with me this morning and he's like, "When's Christmas?" And I was like, "Only 4 more sleeps, son." And he was like, "Only 4 more sleeps till Santa comes?" Yes, I mean, nothing in this world gives you that type of joy like as a father. That's amazing. And that's what I'm looking forward to. That's what I got going on this week. It's all about Christmas. It's all about my kids.
That's all I got this weekend is Christmas. I'm trying to find this picture. I can't. Here. Hold on. Oh, man, look, now I'm dropping the ball here. I have the funniest Christmas picture of Reese with Santa Claus, and he's 3, and you know what that means. Like, this year is going to be even better than last year. Check this dude out. He's like melted into the couch, like just loving Santa Claus, and told him what he wanted, all that kind of stuff. So I hope everybody has Merry Christmas.
So good, isn't it? It's just you can't explain it. If you guys aren't dads out there, you just can't explain it, man. And it's like, you know, there's my daughter with Santa.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. See, hey,
hold on.
Uh-oh.
We ain't getting off the air yet. Hold on.
Oh, Mr. Busy. I said on the pod earlier he's busier than everybody else on the podcast, but here we go.
See, here he goes with this, bro. Look, today's a very important day. I just can't be like,
wait.
Oh, I know.
This man.
Hey, we already talked about the return of John Moran. He turned this place upside down. Anyways, I gotta go. I gotta get to my kids' Christmas school.
Sounds good. All right. I am Dustin Starr. He's E-Rock, Eric McMahon.
And look who we got.
By Devin Walker, baby.
How you doing?
Saying happy holidays, Merry Christmas, however
Merry
you celebrate.
Christmas, everybody.
We'll see you next week right here on Grind City Wrestling.
Later, guys.